Dear friends, welcome to CARMEL Radiance Sunday Gospel Reflections. The Gospel of today, taken from Matthew chapter 11 verses 25 to 30, reveals the real intention of Jesus addressing ordinary folks during his missionary journey. They were eager and seeking to know the teaching of Jesus directed to establishment of God's kingdom. In fact, Jesus just affirms that the secrets are revealed to the ordinary people with a clean and receptive heart. He says, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, to you I offer praise for what you have hidden from the learned and the clever, you have revealed to the ordinary children. That prayer tells us that God evidently has kept a lot of secrets from the educated and revealed them to the childlike folks. In other words, the educated and the clever don't seem to understand and figure out the divine plans for the universe. They certainly cannot comprehend matters related to the soul and the world beyond the current one. However, people with childlike faith can have a special connection with God and certainly understand all religious and faith matters. They seem to possess a unique skill that allows them to decode matters about God and soul. For example, most of Jesus' 12 apostles were not super educated people. In fact, many of them were fishermen, but they were able to understand the urgent mission of Jesus and answer his call to follow him. Once we have that faith and deep vision, Jesus reveals us this important message in today's gospel. What does he say? He simply says to all of us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and find life burdensome, and I will refresh you. Take my yoke upon yourself and your shoulders and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble of heart, and your souls will find rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden light." First of all, Jesus invites everyone who finds life too wearisome and overwhelmed to come to him. For he promises to refresh them and bring them relief. Does anyone among us not feel weary and burdened about our daily life? From the moment we wake up to the time we lay down to rest, we are worried about many things such as our basic necessities, shelter, vehicles, health, families and friends, and so on. We are also overburdened by daily responsibilities like taxes, maintenance of vehicles and homes, relationship, maybe perhaps little accidents here and there, sicknesses, etc. I'm sure you could name other worries and burdens that you might have to face in your daily life. If we feel a bit worried about something or overburdened by some life issues, Jesus today wants us to come to him, for he promises to bring us relief and solutions for our daily problems. Besides the daily worries and typical burden, recently we have heard a lot about mental health issues in our society, how it might affect our daily life in a consequential way. The number of suicides and depression cases has alarmingly risen today. The good news is that we have begun to identify hidden problems that might negatively influence our mental well-being, even though we have stopped short of naming them as spiritual problems. For me, mental health is closely associated with or connected with spiritual well-being. We cannot separate one from the other. It's just a matter of time before we have to admit that we need to take good care of our spiritual life if we want to have good mental as well as physical health. As you might know, currently we do not have any medication or concrete solutions for our mental illnesses. Of course, some people suggest, taking of some kind of substances to reduce the tension, etc. It's a blessing today to hear Jesus' invitation for us to come to Him and find relief and solutions if we have mental health and spiritual problems. Hopefully, we will take advantage of His welcoming and approach Him often for help. However, His suggestion of providing us a solution for our burden and weary heart is a bit unorthodox. Jesus apparently tells us to put His yoke on our shoulders and our souls will find peace. If we have ever seen a yoke on the shoulder of an ox or a buffalo, we would see that it adds weight and heavy burden on the animal. There is no way that we would feel relieved or peaceful if we put a yoke on ourselves. That just increases more burden and stresses us on. But a yoke of Jesus is not there to weigh us down. Rather, once we put it on, He will be able to lift us up and help us deal with our daily problems and burdens. We will be able to find support and comfort from a caring friend like Jesus. He will listen to our problems and worries and help us find solutions for them. He will restore peace to our weary souls and send us help from caring people around us. Sometimes those solutions might come from unexpected sources. They might take time and test our patience. However, in God's plan and in His due time, or we call it in His own time, He will bring us relief and make our souls feel at peace. Friends, none of us can have a worry-free life on earth. Every day we encounter one challenge after another. Some days we might be less worried, while other ones might make us feel overwhelmed and push us toward a dark valley. Thankfully, Jesus has come to our aid and invites us to transfer that burden over to Him. That way, we can help us find solutions for our problems, being friends of Jesus. So, why don't we come to Him with all our burden and let Him restore us to good mental and spiritual well-being? Most importantly, we should be able to spend time with Jesus, who is always willing to help us, provided we connect to Him in our daily prayer. When Jesus comes into us and deals with our problems, we should certainly be free and feel comfortable. That is what we learn from Jesus, who always assists us when we open our hearts and minds to Him. Dear friends, on this Sunday, it is a wonderful moment for us to reflect on this passage, because very often a lot of people undergo spiritual crisis in their life. What we call our daily worries and tensions and problems and difficulties and defeats are all connected with our spiritual deficiencies. When we are good with God, when we are capable of spending considerable time in prayer, when we connect ourselves with the divine, most of our problems will be lessened or lightened, because it is with God's help, with God's grace, we approach the problems, and God Himself will enlighten us and give us the inner strength to carry our burdens with practically the yoke of Christ on our shoulders. Learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart. That is what Jesus says. Let us learn this wonderful lesson from Jesus and follow in His footsteps, that our life becomes easy one. Our life becomes healthier and happier. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday.